And good morning, folks. It's good to see you all this morning.
Yes.
Whoa, we feel like we've run a race to get here this morning, and I think we have.
Yes,
and
a long one, a marathon.
Yes, a marathon. But we are here,
Yes.
and it's good to be with you all this morning. I'm Nancy Kaysen from the Red Ribbon, and this is my co-hostess, Brene Beatty, retired. She even had cards printed, business cards that says Lady of Leisure.
My son had them printed and sent them to me for Christmas.
Okay, Lady of Leisure. So, but she has been baking cookies, Christmas cookies, and doggy treats.
Dog treats, yes, dog treats.
That is wonderful.
Got a whole bunch of recipes I've been meaning to try for years, really. So I just dragged those recipes out and started going, and my dogs are going crazy.
And those of you that know me know I stop at Papa Murphy's every Tuesday and get a pizza, take it home and bake it. That's my night to cook. So there we go. That took care of all the culinary situations that we need to discuss. We do want to tell you there's a fairly packed weekend this weekend.
Oh.
And I'm quite sure that Renee and I don't have it all for you, but we're going to tell you a little bit about it.
Yes.
The first one I think will be fun, and I'm hoping I can go to this because I have my own copy of the Messiah.
Really?
I do.
I bet you've sung in it before.
I have, several times. But on this coming Sunday at 6 o'clock, the Wesley Memorial United Methodist Choir and the First United Methodist Church Choir will combine at 6 o'clock now Sunday night at Wesley Memorial. And Dr. Ron Brindle and Dr. Jim Burns are the directors of those two choirs. So what it's going to be is a community Messiah sing-along.
Wow.
That's what I said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you don't have to worry about the solos because they're going to have professional soloists come in and do the solos.
That's a good thing.
Darn, you know. But anyway, the admission is free, and that should be so neat. So if you don't have anything to do Sunday night at 6 p.m., show up at Wesley Memorial and sing along on the Messiah.
I've never heard of that before. I think that sounds wonderful.
I think it does too. I'm going to try my best to do it.
Good, good, good. Okay, and Santa Claus will be at the Bradley Square Mall Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. and Sundays from 1 until 6 through Christmas Eve, December the 24th. Then he has to leave and go make his deliveries.
Yes.
But for more information, you can call 472-5080.
Very good. And then Monday, December the 19th, the Suzuki Strings, under the direction of Celia Schoenfeld, will perform at Sky Ridge Medical Center at 11:15. Now, here's what you do. You go to Sky Ridge, and they'll be down in the cafeteria area. Go through the cafeteria line, get your lunch, sit down and listen to these young musicians play.
They have such good food in that cafeteria.
They do have good food in the cafeteria.
Fabulous, yes.
And these are children that are going to be playing these violins or the strings for you. So anyway, it should be wonderful. And then speaking of Christmas, and that's a musical drama that's going to be presented by the Waterville Baptist Church Sunday the 17th at 6 p.m. I'm sorry, Saturday the 17th at 6 p.m. and Sunday the 18th at 6 p.m. So you could either go there or go sing at the Messiah, or you can go to their morning service and then go sing at the Messiah. Anyway, everyone is welcome. And Waterville Baptist Church is now holding their services in the sanctuary of what used to be First Baptist Church downtown, because Dalton Pike is going through Waterville Baptist Church.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is, but they're going to build a new church.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So Saturday afternoon at 6 or Sunday afternoon at 6.
Okay, and at the library, there is more things going on at the library. Tonight, December the 15th, you can see all the behind-the-scenes action at a library tour beginning in the lobby at 4 p.m. You know, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
That could be really fascinating.
Yes, it could, yeah. And it takes a lot of people to get those books ready for you to check out. And if you want to, you can stay for the showing of the Polar Express at 6 p.m. I love that.
I love that book too. Take your bell.
Yes. And come with your family or friends and dress in your PJs and bring that special blanket. And tonight there will be popcorn and hot chocolate served. Doesn't get any better than that.
Very good.
There are also events planned for teens. The teens will meet on December the 19th. Let's see, that would be Monday. In the Teen Zone, that's located upstairs, to make holiday gifts from recyclable materials. I don't have a time for this, but you can call the library if you're interested in this activity. I think that's such a great idea to make things out of recyclables.
I do too.
I am a tree hugger and reduce, reuse, recycle.
Absolutely.
And, another one. Caroling for Cans will begin at 4:30 p.m. on December the 20th. Carolers will be on North Ocoee Street collecting canned, non-perishable food items for the Caring Place.
Another wonderful place.
Oh, they do
Wonderful.
such good
Wonderful.
work. I have 2 bags of stuff to take over there
Oh, good.
as soon as I leave here. Cleveland's largest food bank. Be sure to bundle up and wear comfy shoes as you will be on foot.
Aha.
After caroling, hot chocolate and cookies will be served. For more info on this and other library events and activities, call them or go to their website at www.clevelandlibrary.org.
Org. Because they're a nonprofit, so they're an org.
Yes.
And then Broad Street United Methodist Church will have their children's Christmas program this Sunday morning at 9:30 during the Sunday school time. They'll do the children's program, and it'll be in the sanctuary, so everybody's invited to come. And then their Christmas Eve services that they have every year,
Beautiful.
and they're beautiful. It's communion, carols, and candlelight. And everyone is invited to come. There's 2 services. One's at 5 o'clock, and that we have the blessing of the children at that time.
How neat.
And I have a real good friend who comes to this, and she says the song "Away in a Manger," the cattle are lowing. She calls it "the children are lowing," because you have this whole sanctuary full of small children that are there to be blessed, and they low a lot, you know, but it's sometimes not very low. And then there's another service at 11 o'clock, the evening, the midnight service, but it starts at 11.
And get there at like 9:30 if you
Yeah,
want to
I mean,
see.
it's
Everybody
really-
in town is there.
It's really
wonderful.
marvelous,
It's beautiful.
marvelous. It's also communion, carols, and candlelight. And about 30 minutes, 45 minutes prior to that, there's Woodwind Ensemble out in the narthex playing Christmas carols. And so, and the handbells will be ringing, so it's great. And you don't have to be a Methodist to go, but that's at Broad Street. And then on Sunday, Christmas Sunday, and we should all be at church on Christmas. I mean, that's what Christmas is all about.
Yeah.
So on Christmas Sunday, Broad Street will only have their 2 10:45 services. No early morning service and no Sunday schools, but they will have their informal service, which is Connections in Triplet Hall, and then they'll have their traditional service in the sanctuary. Now, folks, I'm going to get on a little bandwagon here and tell y'all something. When I do these events for you all, and Brene does them so that we'll have something to tell you all, oftentimes we go to the Chamber of Commerce website. And click right up there on the very top on that icon that says "One Calendar, One Community." And folks, I want to tell you right now, you're not utilizing this like you should. You do not need to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce to use this. It's open to anyone that would like to post things, even church services. There were no church services posted for this month. I think the square dancers were posted.
Yeah.
Maybe something else was posted.
It's
but that
not
was it.
utilized, and it keeps from piggybacking and having conflicts. And you know, everybody wants to go to all of these wonderful things, and if there's 3 things going on at the same time, it's difficult. And if you go to the calendar and look before you plan your event, you can maybe have a larger attendance.
Right, and you have it bumped up against someone else's event. So start using this, folks. It's there for you to use. And go enter your events. Again, you do not have to be a member of the chamber.
And it's free.
And it's free. It is free. And quickly, I want to tell you a little bit about the red ribbon.
Yes.
You know, we love Made in America.
Yes.
And these are Buyer's Choice carolers, and they are made in America. A little lady started these years ago when she and her husband got married. She couldn't afford Christmas gifts, so she made these, and they are adorable. Another made in America, the Tervis Tumblers, which mine has Santa Claus and his sleigh. Isn't that the cutest thing?
That is.
So those 2 things I have at the red ribbon. And then these are picnic lunch baskets. So this one has knife, fork, spoon, and a napkin, insulated pouch here, handles to carry it with, and then I have a cute pink one here that's just, you know, you stick whatever you'd like. You can stick whatever you want to in any of these.
It's insulated too, isn't it?
It is insulated. They are so very nice. And we have those at the red ribbon, and I also have a larger size of that. So
has a zipper
come by and see me. But I want to tell you about Made in America, folks, real quickly. I have a really good customer who had one of these carolers, and the caroler had a violin in her hand, and the dog ate the violin. And this person was very, very upset because this caroler was given to her by her aunt who started her on the collections, and the aunt has since passed away. So she panicked after she pitched her little fit, and you know, and the poor dog knew that it had misbehaved. She called Buyer's Choice, and they told her, honey, do not worry about this. We will send you a violin to replace that one.
How wonderful.
And my friend said, my customer said, let me give you a credit card. No.
No charge?
No charge.
Not even for shipping.
They are sending it to her
Wow.
free because made in the USA.
Yes.
And you
Bet you couldn't get anything from China like that.
You cannot do China that way. And I'll tell you another little thing. Tervis tumblers, lifetime guarantee. Made in Venice, Florida. And there's a lifetime guarantee on this. If I put it on the trunk of my car and back over it, I send it back to Tervis and they'll replace it. I call them first and they will replace this free. Now you do pay shipping on for them.
Yeah.
But this is the benefit of buying made in America, folks.
Yes.
Because it's like we said, you can't
Can't
call
do that.
China and get it back. I mean, it's
Lots
just
of
not gonna-
companies are bringing their manufacturing back because of the quality and the cost of shipping and everything, which is a good thing. That's jobs for us.
That is exactly right. It's jobs for us. And the Red Ribbon is open from 10 until 5 every day and 10 until 3 on Saturday. And we're right across the street from the museum, which segues me into our next little event that we're going to have here. And the reason I went from 10 to 3 on Saturdays was because that's the museum hours. And so it works out really well. So we're going to take a real quick little commercial break here, and we'll be right back with Tracy O'Connell from the Museum Center.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
And we are back with Tracy O'Connell from the Museum Center at 5 Points. And we appreciate Tracy getting up early this morning and coming in with us. But she just has a lot to share with us. So rather than chit-chat, we're going to jump right into it. So,
thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for doing this. We appreciate it. Lots of things happening.
We do. We have 2 temporary exhibits that are here through the end of the year. Good. One is the photography. It was a photography contest, and it's also an exhibit called Historic Places and Outdoor Spaces. Wow. And it's beautiful. You need to come see the winners. And also a pottery exhibit, which is most unusual usual. And we're selling Peter Rose's pottery in the store as well, and it's been selling very well. No, this is actually some wonderful Christmas pottery that I brought in a few things to show you guys in case people are looking for very thoughtful. What we try to do, I think it's a southern thing, I don't know, but my mom is Almeda and she's worked at Stampers forever, and one of the things that she is really good at is thoughtful giving. You know, Christmas can really turn into stuff under the tree, but when you get something that...
We don't need more.
No, we don't.
No,
and when something has been given to you because you're maybe have an interest in Native Americans and a local artist
collect
has made...
Santa Clauses.
Or
I have a friend who collects Santa Clauses.
Yes.
Would that be me?
Yeah. Well, I have
Because I
two
do.
friends.
I do collect Santa Clauses. Yes,
Claus.
I do.
Mary Parker.
I do. Yes.
And I need to also say before we talk about our gifts that our biggest exhibit of the year starts in January. The first 2 weeks, bring your quilts in. You can bring up to 2 this year. And the quilt show starts the 26th and goes through March 10th. And we have people coming from Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky. Our quilt show has gotten quite the attention, and it's wonderful. We have 120 quilts, and it goes throughout the museum. And every week in the lobby, we change the guest quilt exhibitors. So you can come every week and see something
And you've got
new.
one coming from across the street, too.
Oh,
I got my Santa quilt finished.
Oh, good.
Yes, so I will be bringing it
my
over and
goodness,
putting
I
it
can't
in.
wait to see it.
I think it's beautiful, but of course, I mean, you know.
And it may win. We have all kinds of competitions for best use of color and design, most historic, antique. We have like 6 different categories. So
Well, I have cross-stitched my Santas and
wow.
had a, yeah.
And
I
you got
love
the
your
extra,
cross-stitch
extra
Santas.
square in.
I did. I got
oh,
the
great.
extra square
Oh,
done so I could do it. So
wow.
it's got actually 9 Santas, 3, 3, and 3, and then the
Wow.
rest of it's quilt. But anyway.
Well, Christmas will continue through the quilt show thanks
Yes, it
to
will.
Nancy
Yes,
Casey.
it will.
So come and see for
And
yourself.
I did bring you a copy of that article if you
Thank
need
you
it. That was in
very
the paper, in the
much.
banner. Thanks to the banner for a
Thank
lot
you,
of
Banner.
things
They
we bring
love,
you.
we could not do what we
No,
do
they're
without
wonderful.
their
They're
help.
wonderful.
Okay, so if I could, I would just like to mention a few of the thoughtful gifts that we thought might be fun. First of all, I am wearing Nancy Zierenberg and Claire Groff. These are custom design jewelry pieces we sell for artists within 200, 250 miles of Cleveland, so we try to promote the Southern Appalachian artist. This is a custom woven chenille scarf by Jackie Huffschmidt. Isn't that beautiful?
Chenille.
And it's very soft, and it is she created her own loom, and the neatest people, the neatest artists are there. So why don't we start over here?
Either way.
And we'll talk about the first thing we have is some custom-made ornaments. The corn shuck doll artist actually had some of her corn shuck dolls in the Smithsonian when they did some folk artists a few years ago. So we have her angels. We also
I have her angels on my tree.
We just love it when that happens.
I bought several.
Aren't they
she's a really good
creative?
mistress behind the red ribbon, too.
Yes, well, that's what actually brought her to Cleveland. She came down from Seymour and shops with you and
shops
found
with me
us, and next
yeah.
thing we knew. So also, Dean Chase is making some of these little birdhouse ornaments. You all know Dean
Those
Chase.
are so precious.
He and his wife June are so talented and support the museum so well. Basket maker Amy Candle from Murphy, North Carolina, is making some not only beautiful baskets but some beautiful ornaments for your tree. Also up near Murphy in North Carolina, we have a gal that calls herself the Tartan Lassie. And she is a textile lover, and she is actually right on time because in Vogue magazine this fall were these gorgeous Harris tweeds and beautiful Scotch-Irish plaids, and so we have her for the first time ever. She's a good friend of Judy Pickles, who's on our board in the big museum.
Good.
And so we have now her beautiful bags and some pretty little angel things to decorate your house with.
So many people in this area have Scots-Irish ancestry.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And so
And some of them actually know what their plaid is.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's good.
And you know, some of our angel ornaments will say what plaid it is, and people are saying, we have to have this because this is us. It's really neat. It's all about the history, and there's a story behind it. I do need to mention Michael Graham, who is a wonderful local artist.
Awesome.
He's amazing, and he is in a very prestigious gallery in Atlanta. He does these beautiful Santa gnomes, and everyone's different. If you'll look, the beard's different. The hat's different, the little trim's different. They're all hand carved by Michael and hand painted. He also makes these real pretty ornaments, bells and ornaments. They're all hand carved, very reasonably priced.
Oh, I may have to come over and get those.
Please do. Please do. We have a few.
I know.
Yeah, y'all can too.
Yes, yes you can.
Probably one of the best artists that we've added in the last 2 years to our store. One of by far the best is Roy Bamfield, and he makes these gorgeous ceramic pieces that are functional. Isn't that pretty? This can go, and it comes with a recipe. You can pick your recipe, lasagna or
so you
cobbler.
actually can bake
You
with
cook
this.
in it and goes in the microwave and can go in the dishwasher. Yes.
Doesn't get any better than
And
that.
he also, he was telling me at our last art festival that a friend of his had cracked one. He'd had it 2 years, and said, you know, I hate to ask, but I'm going to have to buy another one. Can you match it? And was willing to pay anything. He said, are you kidding? These last forever. He made him another one, gave it to him. And
Fantastic.
So these
made
are
in America,
yes,
made local,
made in the
getting
USA.
better.
There you go.
really
That's right.
nice. Again, Sue Campbell, who is the corn shuck artist, she makes these gorgeous Native American.
Now, I did not realize the same lady that does the ornaments
didn't
does
realize
this.
that
I
either.
did not realize
Yes.
Sue did these. Okay, and those are wonderful.
And each one has a story with it. Some of them will have a Native American prayer. Some of them will just talk about what it is that's there. And the backs of them are as beautiful as the
Oh, they
front.
are.
Yes, they
that,
are.
that is true.
I love the blue and white.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
That is true.
Some of my favorites. And then, if y'all remember Sam Cheek,
I
all his
do.
kids
I
live
do.
here, and
I
we all love
love-
Sam.
I love Sam.
He makes these out of recycled. He went
That's
down.
an old tin ceiling.
It is.
It's a- yeah.
Tin ceiling. They're all refurbished, and he started making them for his kids because he grew up here, and he would tell them the story about which gas station it was.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, so he has, and they're very colorful and 3 different sizes. They come on a little stick that you can just poke in your yard, so there's not a lot of...
And he always donates one for Cherry's Jubilee.
Yes.
And they sell phenomenally. I mean,
Yes.
the bidding goes high on Sam's. He usually donates a big, huge one
Yeah.
for Cherry's Jubilee, but he's a wonderful artist, and these are so cute.
Aren't they cute?
Do you know
They
he's
really-
my cousin?
How about that?
My mother was a cheek from Polk County.
Can you
Oh,
make
be
birdhouses?
darned.
No, I can't.
I'm so
get
sorry.
that, no.
But you can
I
buy 'em and collect
I can,
'em.
and I can appreciate.
That's exactly
That's
right.
my talent.
And
Exactly right.
and you can claim to fame me.
That's
He's my
right.
cousin. And this is a Harris Tweed one. And our board president came in yesterday, Van Deacon, and he stopped and he looked, and she's made a stocking out of the Harris Tweed. And he stopped, and it was hanging on the door, and he said, "Oh man, I'm in style." And he had on a Harris Tweed jacket, and it opened up, and this little thing was right
label.
inside there.
She has the
Yeah.
label
Yes.
right here on the
She
pocketbook. I
reuses.
love this.
Yes.
She reuses.
Yes.
I love this. I don't do blue. I wish you had it in a
Oh, I
different
love
color.
Oh, we do. Believe
do
me.
you?
You
Okay,
come on
good.
in.
Because
We've got
I don't do
Christmas
blue.
colors. We've got fall colors.
Here you go,
and-
Nancy. That's a
I love that one.
Yes.
I do love that one.
That
But I
is
love
gorgeous.
the shape of this one.
Yeah, and I
So-
think there are 2 more
Okay,
like
good.
that with
I'll
the Harris
come by.
Tweed.
Now,
But they're-
museum gift shop hours are.
We're open 10 to 5 Tuesday through Friday, and Saturday 10 to 3 like the Red Ribbon. We're
Yes,
closed
we-
Sunday and Monday, but we will be open on Christmas Eve from 10 to 3 for your last minute. And I also need to mention that while you're there shopping for everyone else for these thoughtful gifts,
Yes.
we now have wish lists, and these have become very popular with husbands
can
around
imagine,
town.
yes.
So come in, and if while you're shopping you happen to see something that you think, oh, I wish Santa knew to put that in my stocking, you fill this out with a few emails or 2. We email straight from the North Pole.
Very
Yes.
good. That's where it
Guess
should
who
come
would
from.
like to have something of Nancy Zierenberg's or whoever, and it might just show up under your tree on Christmas morning.
This
something-
is such a neat idea.
It is. I was just going to say something else while you're there. There's another form you can fill out, and it's called a volunteer form.
For ladies
She's
of
retired
leisure,
now.
Ladies
especially.
who are retired or have time on your hands, it's a great place to volunteer.
We have
And,
such fun.
Yeah, and you don't always have to do every Tuesday from 2 to 4
Oh, yes.
or whatever.
Fill
I just
in.
volunteered to fill in whenever they need me.
Events.
Yeah,
We have
events,
events constantly, and we
Yes.
have starting tours is always fun if you're
Right.
know
Yeah.
know a little bit
Right.
about the history. so many people come in from varied areas that you're always meeting interesting people, and we have a really nice Christmas party for our volunteers.
Yes.
It's next Thursday, so if you hurry up and join, you can come. And we do our own cooking for our volunteers. The staff cooks, and we have a great event planned this year. A really cute,
wonderful.
a really cute little play that will surprise everyone.
Oh, my
neat.
goodness. Folks,
Can't
Tracy,
wait.
thank you so much. This has been
thank
wonderful for us to
Yes.
see, and the museum may be one of the best kept secrets in town,
Yes.
but we try for it not to be. So it's on
Thank you,
Inman
Nancy.
Street, catty-cornered from the Red Ribbon, or if you're at the museum, I'm catty-cornered across from them. So be sure you come by, and y'all staying up until 3 Christmas Eve?
Till 3 Christmas
I will
Eve.
do that too then. And folks, we're going to take a really quick
party.
commercial break, and we'll be right back, so don't you go away.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro-laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
And we are back, and Byron Winters is with us from Landmark Insurance and Brokerage. Now, don't think this is the last segment, because we have another segment, but Byron has an appointment this morning that he has to be at. That sentence didn't sound right, did it? But anyway, he has to be at an appointment this morning, and so we're letting him run in here early and talk to us a little bit about insurance.
I ran in here. I didn't drive. I ran.
He ran.
Yes.
But
And
that's
look good, even for running.
that segues us right into what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about auto insurance, so
Auto
you don't have
insurance.
to run. You drive your car.
That's right.
Very good.
The state of Tennessee requires drivers that own automobiles to have auto insurance. Now, we know that a lot of folks don't carry auto insurance, but they should. And there's a lot of
big trouble if you get stopped and you don't have it.
even bigger trouble if you get into an accident
And
you
don't have it. Yes.
I know, because they always ask me when I get stopped, which isn't that often, folks, but they say, could I see your insurance card,
Yes.
please?
Driver's license and insurance card.
They didn't used to ask for that years ago,
Yeah,
but
they do
started.
now.
They started. When I first moved to Tennessee from Florida, I'm from Florida, don't hold that against me. When I moved here from Florida, I was used to having an auto insurance, and I came to the realization that I didn't have to have it. It wasn't a state law. And a couple years thereafter I did, and I kept mine anyway, but it baffled me that the state of Tennessee for a long period of time did not require you to have auto insurance.
Right.
Wow.
And
That's
now it
kinda
does.
scary, yeah.
So now you must.
Now you must.
Now you must.
And
Yes.
and so this is where you need to go, right here to
Now,
Landmark
I
Insurance
have a
and Brokerage.
question. Okay, you said
All
you
right.
were going to do kind of a give and take.
There we
and
go.
let- I have a question. Okay, if I have insurance on my car
Mm-hmm.
and someone is driving it, I allow them to drive it, but they don't own a car and, of course, they wouldn't have insurance. Are they covered?
That's a good question. The answer is yes, they're covered under your auto policy. But for a
Okay.
long time, I had heard from people that I knew that if you were driving their car and you had your own insurance, your insurance would cover you and their auto because you were driving their auto. That's not true. The person who owns the auto is responsible.
Okay.
So if they do or if they don't have auto insurance, you can find yourself in a peculiar situation. If you get into an auto accident, in my car, for instance, and I've
Right.
allowed you to drive it,
Uh-huh.
permissive use is what that's
Yes,
called,
okay.
then my insurance is going to cover you. Now, if
Okay.
I don't have insurance, then yeah, we're both going to get in trouble.
Both going to
But
get in
if
trouble.
I
Okay.
have borrowed your car and I have insurance, does that, no.
My insurance takes over. And I'm also responsible. Be careful with this. If you loan your auto out, you're responsible to make sure they're a licensed driver and they're able to be driving, and you can be held liable if that's not the case.
If maybe they're driving on a revoked license or something,
You
then
can get in trouble.
Oh,
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, really, and that's something that you don't. And in certain situations like that, you might even need to know somebody's physical health,
yeah.
because if you have someone who's going to have a seizure or somebody who, you know, this and that, then that's
I
not
always
good.
get their social security number and credit card number too.
There
but
you
that's
go.
just that's just
yeah,
me. You know?
yeah. You would be like that, Byron. You really would.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk. It's Christmas, and I
Yes.
know you're thinking, why would we talk about insurance during Christmas? But I could think that insurance might be a nice gift to give someone for Christmas. If you
Yes.
give someone a car for Christmas,
Yes.
and I know a lot of people get new cars for Christmas, or it's a new car to them, then why not go ahead and give them some insurance on
Give
their
them some
car?
insurance and call me to give them that insurance. I'd be
Yes,
glad to write that
exactly.
policy.
That's exactly right. And you can call Byron at
478-3872 or find us on the internet at www.landmarki for insurance, B for brokerage.com. landmarkib.com.
yeah, and they're located out off of Stewart Road.
Across from the YMCA, the new YMCA. Well, not new anymore, but we
That's
still
not-
call it the new YMCA.
Well, I know
Isn't that kind
because
of funny?
because the old YMCA is downtown next to the old Red Ribbon. So yeah, you know, let's call it the new YMCA.
And
The
the
new
old
YMCA.
old YMCA is no longer in existence. It's a empty lot.
Okay.
Corner of Spring Street.
So
and-
let's call it the new YMCA. Okay.
The new YMCA.
Yeah.
The old Coppinger building is a lot
Yeah.
of folks recall that building
Right.
there.
And the thing about Byron and Wes there at that insurance agency that I love is if you have a problem or you have a question, you don't have to go to them, but you can call them. They'll come to you. And especially for, you know, not necessarily car insurance, because you can drive your car out there, but you can't drive your home out there. So, you know, if you're doing that kind of insurance, but you all do all kinds of insurance.
All kinds of insurance. Business insurance, so workers' comp, general liability,
Health.
landlord policies, health, life, the
All
whole
kinds,
gamut.
All kinds. Now, there's two kinds of auto insurance or more, like liability and collision, or what is
Comprehensive.
that? Comprehension.
That's a good question.
Okay.
Comprehensive, right.
Okay.
A lot of folks look at their auto policy as being either liability or full coverage.
Right.
So they'll call and want a quote on their auto insurance, and that's a lot of times all they say. And we say, well, what kind of auto insurance do you have? Well, I have full coverage or I have liability. But they don't understand what they're saying a lot of times. So we go through a little bit of an education and kind of quiz them a little bit and make sure that we give them what they need, not just what they think they need.
Right.
And then explain to them what the various coverages are and what can happen if they do or don't have enough coverage in those areas. But yeah, generally speaking, full coverage consists of liability and comprehensive. The liability piece is if they hit someone else and they hit Nancy, God forbid, and Nancy goes to the hospital and gets hurt, well, the liability picks up in that case.
And that's what you're required by law to have.
That's what you're required by law to have.
Okay.
Now, the law requires, very good, the law requires very low lying limits. So they require coverages that it's almost dangerous, in my opinion, to have that low of coverage. They require what's called 25, 50, and 15. It's all in thousands. The first number is 25,000.
That
All right.
won't hardly check you into a hospital.
That's bodily injury per person, 25,000. The second number, 50,000, so 2550. 50 is bodily injury per accident. So if there's more than one person in Nancy's car and I hit Nancy's car, then $50,000 comes into play for the whole.
So that's 2 people,
Two or 3
Or
or 5
4
or
or
10,
5,
you know,
and
however
divide
many,
it
right?
into 50.
Exactly.
That
And
will
then-
not get you into the
And
hospital.
then $15,000. Have you seen Nancy's car? She has a convertible.
Yes, I
So
know.
there's not a really good chance that $15,000 is going to fix Nancy's car and the light pole or the stop
Yeah,
sign or whatever
right.
is involved.
Yeah.
So 25, 50, 15, my opinion, is a little bit dangerous to cover that low a limit. So it's better if you can to do more. More is always better, right? And better coverage for those various limits. If someone goes to the hospital and they're hospitalized for a week and they hire a lawyer and they sue you and they win the settlement, I mean, all that goes into the.
Yeah.
So you need a better number if you can afford one.
Right.
And a lot of times folks will come, not all the time, but a lot of times folks will come to us with very low-lying limits, and we can increase the coverage and still save them money.
Oh, that's always
That's
good.
good.
That's
Yes,
always
that's very
good.
good.
Yes,
If we
more
can-
for
so
less.
if we can give you more for less, we'd like to.
That's what I like. Yeah.
So
Very good. And then, if I have more than liability, I have what?
comprehensive.
Okay.
Comprehensive, if you hit a deer, if you back into a mailbox, if your car gets vandalized or catches on fire, anything, they call it other than collision. So collision is defined simply as collision with another automobile. Anything else falls in comprehensive. A cracked windshield from a rock, vandalism, theft, fire, back into a mailbox, hit a deer.
And that I could
Okay.
do coming
Yes.
out of my house, especially as foggy as it was this morning.
Yeah.
You know, you could hit one of those little dancing, we call it dancing with the deer.
Yeah.
You know, you could be dancing with the deer. And because they jump around, you know, you can't make the first move.
Right.
You have to let them make the move, and then you go on by them. So it's very interesting.
So there's two deductibles in that case. A lot of people think they have one deductible, and you may have one deductible. If you just have liability, well, not liability. If you have comprehensive and not collision, you have one deductible. But there's two deductibles, and so people say, "Well, I have a $500 deductible," and they don't understand that they may only have one and they need maybe two because they don't have collision. They need collision on the car, or they do have two and don't know they have two. So there's a lot of details, and a lot of
Now,
folks don't know.
if you have financed your car, the finance company or bank or whomever requires that you have collision.
They want full coverage. Yeah,
Full
they want
coverage?
comprehensive and collision.
Oh, okay.
Now, I mean, there's ways around that. You shouldn't try that. There's ways
Yeah.
around that, and if they find out you don't have it, then they'll get a little upset.
Testy.
And hopefully they find out before you need the coverage and
Yeah.
find out you didn't have it, because
Yeah. They don't find out
yeah.
because you needed the coverage.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not
Yeah,
good.
that's not good.
Okay. So you all will work with, you will yourself work with anyone who comes in and wants to talk
Certainly.
to you about
Certainly.
car insurance.
Now, depending on their driving record, we may or may not have the kind of price they want, but that goes along with the territory. I mean,
Yeah.
all companies are that way. So
Right.
people don't understand. They say, well, you know, they get in a couple accidents or a couple speeding tickets, and they think, well, I didn't get caught, or it wasn't that bad, you know,
Yeah.
or I'll do better next time, and it can
Insurance
greatly
company,
increase
yeah.
your insurance premium.
Let me ask you a little question here about tickets. You know, we've discussed my son before on here, and when he was at UT, we had quite a stack of parking tickets at UT. Now, do those go on your record, or are those?
None of the carriers that I deal with care about your parking tickets.
Okay, good.
They care about speeding violations,
Speeding.
moving violations.
Moving violations.
And
Okay.
so revoked license, suspended license, the number of accidents, it's not as though you can't have any accidents, but the number of accidents and the speeding tickets within a certain time frame, and typically that's a 5-year time frame. Your driving record of the state of Tennessee is gonna show up on your motor vehicle record for the past 5 years. So you have 5 years and then 3 years. Different companies act different ways, and they only want a certain number before they say, we're not gonna work with you, and you have to go to someone.
Because you look like you might be a liability.
But isn't there insurance coverage, I forget what it's called. I know a long, long time ago, my first husband had to have it because he had lots of accidents. And you go into a high-risk pool, and he had a motorcycle, and it's kind of like insurance roulette for the companies. Because you're required to have insurance, they have to take some of those. What's that called? You know what I'm talking about?
Years and years ago, when I had a lot of tickets and accidents years and years ago.
This is when he was a mere child.
I was familiar with the risk pool. Since I've been doing this in Tennessee, and I've been in Tennessee for 12 years now, so since I've been in Tennessee, I've not heard of, I know what you're talking about, but I've not heard it talked about much. You know, one of our carriers is Progressive, and typically if a person has too many accidents or too many tickets, I'll go to someone like Progressive, or you've heard of Direct.
Yeah.
And there's a couple companies like that and a couple others that will write you almost no matter how bad your driving record is. So for that reason, I've not heard a lot about. Yeah, you're going to pay
be careful.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
There was a time when my parents paid $400 a month for my auto insurance. Years and years ago.
As a parent,
years and years ago.
Oh, and as a parent.
He's still not
your high school drivers.
Oh, I don't want to hear about that. We really don't. Byron, thank you so much. And I know you have to leave because you have a meeting this morning. And folks, if you have any questions about insurance, Landmark, insurance and brokerage,
give us a call.
And give them a call. And they're great to work with. They'll come to you. So we're going to take a little commercial break, and we'll be right back with our final guest today. It's going to tell you something that's going to happen tomorrow night. So do not go away. Bye.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro-laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Okay. And we are back, and we hope you all have stayed with us because I told you we had a little bit of a change because Byron had to come in a different segment because he had a meeting this morning. So we are so glad to have Drew Warren with us, and Drew is a student here at Cleveland State.
See his t-shirt?
Yes, good promo there, Cleveland State. And he is a member of Vocal Rhapsody, and I have this lovely poster here about Vocal Rhapsody and also the Chamber Choir and something they're going to be doing tomorrow night here at Cleveland State. So I want Drew to tell us all about it.
Yes.
Okay. Some of the things that we are doing during this concert, it's going to be Christmassy, and so we're going to have a couple songs, probably no longer than 2 or 3 hours. And there's going to be Silent Night. Let's see, we have White Christmas, yeah.
Joy to the World.
Carol of the Bells.
Carol of the Bells. Oh, I like that one, yes.
Silent Night, those type of Christmas songs. And we're also going to be having a Not So Silent auction.
I love that. Not So Silent auction. Now listen to how this is working, folks.
Okay. The jazz band is actually going to be playing at 6 o'clock right before, and there's going to be a silent auction that we have some donations that we've gotten. Some
what
like
you got?
We have the Fulin's Asian Cuisine over, just right over the street. Athens Area Council for the Arts, 2 tickets. Some stuff from Chick-fil-A, Lifeway, Fazoli's, YMCA.
5 Points Museum.
5 Points Museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't come by the red ribbon. I would have been glad to give you something.
Well, you still can.
Yeah, you still could.
Is
Is the program printed?
We could still put some donations in.
Okay.
So
Cool.
we'd be glad to have you. And
All
so
right,
it's
very
going to
good.
start at 6, and it's just going to have those items out that you can bid on while the jazz band is playing.
And the jazz band is a small band, small part of the Greater Cleveland Community Concert Band.
Yes.
And I'm a member of that. I'm the last chair flautist, and I will remain the last chair flautist no matter how many people come in. I will be there. But that's Don Bendrum and his group. And so that's why it's not so silent, folks. It's still, the bidding process will be like a silent auction.
Yes.
But it's not so silent because there'll be this marvelous music playing.
They do so well.
Oh, they do.
I love
they do.
to.
They do.
They're
just
almost
fantastic.
professional.
I know.
mean,
Well, I
level,
think some of them
quality.
might have actually, because I know when Jack Mitchell was alive and played with them, Jack had actually was professional. So,
Okay.
but anyway, we diverted here from Drew and what he's telling us. Okay, Drew. So tell us a little bit more about tomorrow night's concert.
As we said, it's going to be with Cleveland State's Vocal Rhapsody and the Chamber Choir, and it's just going to have some great songs. They'll have a fun time. The silent night I was mentioning before, it's going to be a kind of, I guess the whole entire congregation is going to be able to
sing-along.
Yeah, we're going to be able to sing.
Sing-alongs.
I do too.
Yes.
There's going to be Go Light Your World. I don't know if you've had that, but it's going to be a nice little ending. We have a really good energetic song for the very front with Vocal Rhapsody, and then I know there's a some type of Mexican Hispanic song that they're going to be singing, as well as Feliz Navidad for the chamber choir. So it's just going to be a great time to come out and see the Christmas spirit and participate in a fun activity.
Yeah.
And that will be great. And this is going to be at the George R. Johnson Cultural Heritage Center. That's here on the campus of Cleveland State.
It's the
It's
auditorium.
on the other end of the campus from where we are actually right now.
The south end.
The south end of
Yes.
the campus. I don't do well. I'm one of those people, give me directions, tell me to pass the red barn or something. But, but anyway, it is free.
Yes.
I mean,
Wonderful.
it is free. And
Now, do you have to call for tickets?
Not that I know of, as far
Okay.
as I've heard. It's just show
Good
up
enough.
and
Now,
attend.
am I pulling this out of the air and dreaming this, or is this, you are going to take donations that night?
We will take donations. We are. Both choirs are going to be going to Austria, and then Vocal Rhapsody is actually going to be singing. So the silent auction is kind of there to help us cover some of the expenses, and any donations would be greatly appreciated.
And it's my understanding, Bernays going to tell about this. There's a wonderful
It's a-
choral director
who is retiring. I can't remember his name, golly gee. Anyway, he is world renowned, and it's a massed choir performance in Vienna, Austria, and it is such an opportunity for our students to go. They were invited. You know,
Wonderful.
Yeah, Karen Dale, the director of the choir, has lots of connections and everything, and so she got the word out, and I don't know if they had to send a tape or whatever, but anyway, they were invited, and so it's just going to be a phenomenal experience.
And of course, to go to Austria
It's not cheap.
is not cheap.
It's around $4,000 for the singers. But I mean, it's going to be a great opportunity. Some of the things we're going to be seeing, where they filmed the Sound of Music, where Mozart was born. We're supposed to be going to some palaces, singing in some chapels, and
Wonderful.
great.
Yeah, and the Cleveland State Foundation has supported them in this venture with some funding. So if you want to give a deductible gift, just write your check out to the Cleveland State Foundation, and someone will be there to take it, and you'll get a gift acknowledgement, and you'll help the students and get a deduction too. So it's a
Absolutely.
two-way gift.
She's almost like she's not retired from this, right? I mean, she's got this speech down. This is what she did before she retired. But now, we diverted again from
I know, we do
the
that.
holiday concert. And the Johnson family was extremely gracious.
Yes, they were.
In the remodeling of the auditorium. And if you have not seen the new auditorium,
it's beautiful.
It's a wonderful opportunity to go see the new auditorium.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that the silent auction will be out in the lobby area.
In that exhibition
in the
area.
lobby
Yeah.
at 6, and then the concert's at 7.
Right.
Yes.
So if you'd like to come, and are there any kind of refreshments or anything with? We don't know for sure.
We're not sure.
Eat dinner before you come.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
But
be sure.
but it is free, and this is tomorrow night, Friday, December the 16th, and the Not So Silent auction
Is at 6.
begins at 6.
Yes.
6.
And then the singing begins at 7.
Yes.
And
me see your
and
list.
so
Who else
Okay.
so we have all these notes here. Do we have any sponsors we need to mention?
Well, Athens Federal gave a $100 donation, and then
Great.
obviously, and then just the other businesses donating different things.
Items for the auction.
Just let me run through them.
Okay.
Sarah Sweets by Sweetwater, Kim Arnold of 31 Gifts, Master's Hand by Donna. Wow, a $200 addressing service for any special occasion. That
That's
sounds
actually
pretty
my
good.
mother's business. And
Wow.
She does calligraphy, and she
I've heard about
addresses,
Oh, hand addresses.
hand
Yes.
addresses, hand.
If you're having a
Handwrites.
wedding or something
How
like
marvelous.
that, oh,
Wedding.
show up,
Yes.
up.
Anything,
Yes.
any type of special occasion.
Two
she
Dudes
loves.
Barbecue, Foolin's Asian Cuisine, Athens Area Council for the Arts, 2 tickets to Ain't Misbehavin', 5 Points Museum, a 1-year family membership, that's good, a Lifeway Christmas serving set, Five Guys, Fazoli's.
Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Yes. Sonic. Oh, I love Sonic hamburgers. Perry's Petals, YMCA, a 3-month individual membership. Apple Valley Orchard, Fuller's Frame Shop, Shop the World Gifts. Oh, I love that store. Johnson's Home Furnishings.
A lot of these are Athens. So
Yeah.
anybody from Athens that's listening to us
Yes.
today, you come on down because you could bid on some of these things from Athens.
Yeah.
Drew, thank you so much for being on here with us. And I'll
Thank
tell you
you.
how we're going to close today, folks. We're going to go ahead and say bye-bye, but we're going to play some music for you. This is last year's concert,
Yes.
but it will be very similar to what you will hear tomorrow night, free, 6 o'clock for the Not So Silent auction, 7 o'clock for the concert at the George R. Johnson Center here at Cleveland State. So we'll all say bye, and we'll let you listen to this beautiful music as we close today's show. Drew, thank you so much for being on.
And
Thank
there's
you.
lots more.
Lots
there.
more, lots more. So,
yes.
So goodbye,
come
folks,
bid.
and listen to this lovely music.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.